Beautiful building is the Library of Congress. Full fountain out front. There's even spitting fish and turtles. Library of Congress. I can't imagine why there is such a long line to get in there. We are now looking at the Capitol building from the plaza. This used to be a street right out in front of the Capitol, but that's long gone. This is the part that got rebuilt after the War of 1812, when the British burned part of the Capitol. Not the whole thing, I learned. This is the House of Representatives. Behind the reflecting pond is the main entrance to the Capitol. Like many people's homes, they are only used for special occasions. Beneath the dome is the rotunda. The north side of the Capitol are the Senate chambers. Underground Visitor Center opened in December of 2008. It's the main entrance and has a large lobby with exhibits, theaters, shops, and a cafe. This is a visitor center. We had no reservations, but we got in anyway. Emancipation Hall was so named to honor the enslaved laborers who built the Capitol. It contains statues including figures like Frederick Douglass and Sojourner Truth, Sacagawea, and Will Rogers. He said this was a slow day. Over here, we have King Kamehameha. Lots of statues. The National Statuary Hall collection holds 2 statues donated from each state portraying notable persons from their history. They're displayed throughout the Capitol. This man organized the Pueblo revolt against the Spanish. It forced the Spanish to leave the Santa Fe area and helped ensure the survival of the Pueblo culture. This is a full-size plaster model of the Statue of Freedom, the iconic bronze figure atop the Capitol dome. Jeanette Rankin from Montana, and on her pedestal here it says, "I cannot vote for war." That was World War II. Female state senator in 1896.
What they are. Floors and walls in here, upstairs. A lot of the Capitol is made out of sandstone. There's actually very little marble inside of the building.
Rotunda means round room. Fresco by an Italian painter. Friez's 19 Scenes is the work of 3 different artists. It's painted in a monochrome of whites and browns that resembles sculpture. It measures 8 feet 4 inches in height, approximately 300 feet in circumference, and it starts 58 feet above the floor. America, and we have Columbus. Somebody died.
Most of this was done in the 1870s.
This comes all the way around to the Wright brothers.
Now,
Baptism of Pocahontas.
It fits together. How expensive. Probably the most famous as well is on the back of Orange County Bills. There's a lot of textbooks that you talk about the Statuary. 80 feet, about 55 meters. Most other things, right? As you look around at some of the art, paintings, carvings. We had a lot of different ideas. Today, for example, a lot of people cannot vote.
3 ladies that were in the forefront of women's right to vote. Eisenhower from Kansas. Reagan, of course, from California. Ford from Michigan. Tennessee. James Garfield from Ohio. Ulysses Grant from Ohio. Harry Truman from Missouri. George Washington from Virginia. President Lincoln from Illinois. President Jefferson from Virginia.
To the House of Representatives. This is the first time we've left this underneath the dome and the rotunda. Come on over this way. Now, we use this room a lot for like events. There's people coming, luncheons happening here after presidents are sworn in, so it's used for a lot of fancy things. And you and I are using it as a museum now. We'll talk about the statues in a moment. House of Representatives is here. That's a very important 50 years. 50 years of the Civil War, 50 years of westward expansion. We're getting a lot of new states, Texas, California, Florida, and you get too many members of Congress in this room. It's very small very quickly. There's no separate office space like there is now, so your desk is an office. So you can see how it gets very small, and they have to build a larger house. So all the way down there, that's not a very chamber, and has been for trousers, which I
There's Amelia Earhart.
There's an inventor.
Here's Winipro Sarah, one from California.
If you make a statue,
Mary Bethune from Florida.
She was the
Here's
founder
Rosa
of
Parks.
University. It's in Daytona Beach today, but it was started out as like, we got to make our way out of here, folks. Any like final burning questions before we get back down to the visitor center? All right, so we're gonna go this way.
This is somebody from North Dakota. Barry Goldwater, Arizona. There's Daniel Webster, New Hampshire. Nathaniel Hamlin, state statues here. There's one that was not a politician. That's Johnny Cash. Over there is a view of King Kamehameha from where I am, up in the air. They are. From Arizona. The Statue of Freedom. Over there is an astronaut